Wait, is that him? Is that why he was thrown out of the orphanage? Hi everyone, I am going to react to a new anime, Bungo, Stray Dogs, Season 1, Episode 1. I have no clue what this anime is about. I saw a trailer of an upcoming season that looked really interesting. So I'm like, okay, let me check it out. And a previous patron of mine had recommended it to me as well. So I'm like, I sat here to react to Bleach, and then I realized that I already finished Bleach and that I needed to find a new thing to watch. And I also previously watched what's it called? That time I got reincarnated as a slime, like the first episode. I saw that and I was not sure about continuing with that anime. And then I went on Crunchyroll. I was trying to see what do I want to react to. So I went on Crunchyroll and then I saw Bungo Stray Dogs. I'm like, oh, I was interested in watching this show. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just do that. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to react to the first episode, which is titled Fortune is Unpredictable and Mutable. Okay. I have no clue what this anime is about, so I'm looking forward to that. And with this being the first episode of this new anime, you can find the full length for free. You can watch the full length for free. The link is going to be in the description box and in the comment section, so you can check it out. And if you like it, please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/FeelMini. And now let's start this new anime, and here we go. I can tell that I'm gonna love this anime already just because it's a nice mix of action and comedy, and I really love that. And the way they started with this episode with Asushi just describing this meal. You know what, let me go back, because when they said tea on rice, I'm like in my mind I can imagine pouring tea on rice. So I'm like, huh? I forgot exactly how he described the dish and everything. So I'm like, I saw him describe the dish and everything, but I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, one bowl of tea on rice and then you add other stuff. What the heck is tea on rice? Okay, I have no clue what it means. I think the other stuff, he started with one bowl of tea on rice, and then the other stuff I think are just things that you add to it. But tea on rice, it's a simple one bowl dish featuring steamed rice with an assorted of savory ingredient partially steeped in green tea. Okay, that makes more sense than what I was thinking. So you have the steamed rice, and then the other stuff that you put on it has been sort of like steeped in green tea, I guess. Okay, that makes more sense. But in my mind, I'm thinking you're pouring tea over rice, and I'm like, huh? So I was confused. Okay, so he was hungry. He was kicked out of the orphanage. They were telling him that it would be better for him to die than whatever. I'm like, okay. And he was hungry, and he was like, but he's never actually committed like stealing anything to try to quell his hunger. And I'm like, oh, that's so good of you. And then he's there. He's like, okay, nah, I don't have a choice. So the first person that passes through, I'm gonna jump on them and steal the money or whatever. And the first thing I think was someone on a motorcycle that just went by quickly. The second person was like a group of army dudes or something, soldiers doing their running and doing the training or whatever. And I'm like, boy, don't even try with that one. And then the third one was Dazai. That was just like upside down in the water, just floating down. I'm like, boy, are you gonna go in and save him? And then yeah, he jumped in and saved him. And this guy was upset because apparently he was trying to commit suicide, and he was upset that opposite Dazai. Asushi stopped him. I'm like, okay, and he kept. Apparently, that's his thing. Like, he keeps trying to commit suicide. Why? I have no clue. And then he finds out that Asushi was hungry, and he was hungry as well. He lost his wallet in the water, and then what's his name? Kunikita. Kunikita shows up, and they brought Asushi to the restaurant. Before they did that, Dazai introduced himself, and he's like, "My name is Dazai Osamu," and I'm like, I heard the name, and then I saw like him, like just the way the camera or whatever was fixated on him on something, and then he looked familiar to me. The name and him as a person looked familiar to me, and I'm like, where have I heard that name for? Where do I know this character from? And that's when I realized there was a game that I used to play like a long time ago. I haven't played it in like forever. It was sort of like those romance kind of games where you pick a character and then you go on a journey with that character. And in this particular game, there was like a whole bunch of characters that you can pick from, and Dazai Osamu was one of those characters that you can choose to go on a journey with and stuff like that. So that's where I knew him from, and I'm pretty sure in the game he was a detective. So I'm assuming that he's a. Not that I'm assuming. I feel like I'm pretty sure that Osamu Dazai is like a character in real life. The Japanese character in real life probably was a detective. But yeah, so they went to the. What the? He's a novelist? I thought he was a detective. Huh. A number of his most popular works, such as The Setting Sun and No Longer Human, which is the ability that the Osamu Dazai in this anime has. What? His last book, No Longer Human, is his most popular work outside of Japan. Wait, is he dead? Or he died? That the dude died such a long time ago, and I'm just like here like, oh, is he still alive? Okay, I thought he was. I guess I got it wrong. Was he a detective in the game as well, or was he just a novelist? I don't know. Either way, that's why the name sounded familiar to me. So yeah, so they went to the restaurant and then they were eating, and Asushi learned that they were working for this agency called the Armed Detective Agency, where you have these supernatural beings that solve these cases and stuff like that. And they were looking for this tiger, and when you see Asushi react to that, and then he's about to run away, and Kunikita stops him and asks him questions, and he's like, this tiger has been following me ever since the orphanage. And I'm like, huh. That's where it clicked for me. That you have the people in the orphanages like pushing him away. Especially when he mentioned that he was the only one that got pushed out of the orphanage to save money or something or other like that. I'm like, and it's just you like one mouth is gonna change something? No. So he's clearly the tiger, and they also mentioned that the tiger has never killed anybody, and you can tell that Asushi is a good boy. Like, I believe I said that even during the episode, because he said that he didn't steal, and I'm like, oh, such a good boy. So he's a good boy, and as a tiger, he had the presence of mind, I guess, to not kill like a human being. He would just be killing like animals, eating animals and stuff. But no human, from what I can tell so far. So it was him, and Dazai also figured out that it was him, And then he wrote this thing and gave it to Kunikida, told him to give it to their superiors or something or other like that. And then Kunikida left. Excuse me. And Daza just tells him that they were gonna use him as bait, and he's like, I don't want to do that. But then when they told him that it was a reward, and that they showed him the amount that he was gonna win for the capture of the tiger and stuff like that, he accepted. And then they went to this warehouse, and then they were there, and that guy was reading a book, and he was just he told Asushi that the tiger was no match for him and stuff like that. And then you see the moon, you hear a noise, and Asushi was like, jumpy. He's like, oh, the tiger is it, the tiger is it. It's like, no, not yet. That wasn't the tiger. And then you see the full moon, and then you see Dazai basically explaining to, before he even changed, he basically told Asushi that he was the tiger, and then he changed, and then there was this little fight where Dazai wasn't really doing anything. He was just like evading the attacks, just sliding, gliding, whatever, all over the place. And then he activated his ability, which is no longer human, and that basically cancels your ability or something. I think that's what he said. And then Asushi turned back into being like a normal human, but then he still has his paw not turned. So I'm like, why? I would think that when he uses his ability, that would change you. If he cancels your someone else's ability and stuff, won't he completely go back to being a human? Why was there like still like a foot, not a foot, a paw? Either way, what was that? Still a tiger in his tiger form. And then they said that he needed, when he is in the moonlight, it's not just that. I thought it was like a full moon kind of thing, but no, it was just the moon, and he was in the moonlight, and then he changed into a tiger. So if there's no moonlight, he doesn't change. And if there's a moonlight and he's walking in shadows, so as long as he doesn't step into the moonlight, he's okay. Like, how does it actually work? And then after he stopped, Asushi Kunikida came with 3 other detectives, and one has the ability thou shalt not die, which I'm like with Osamu's obsession with submersion, whatever. Shouldn't he have that kind of ability? Thou shalt not die. One is ultra deduction. One is being not defeated by the rain. And then Kunikida is Dopopoet, whatever that means. I don't know. Clearly, thou shalt not die. I feel like, how about say, is he immortal? I think I said that during the episode when Dazai was facing Asushi, the tiger, and then he was telling Asushi that he was about to reveal his ability, and Ma went to, what, is he immortal or something? Because he said he's been trying to kill himself, but that has not been working. So if you're trying to kill yourself and it's not working, that means you're immortal, right? If your attempts at killing yourself don't work, that means you're immortal. So that's where I thought his ability was gonna be, but no longer human. No longer human. Why is it called like that? Why is the ability called like that? No longer human. And it cancels one's ability. Oh, so see, that's why I thought he was immortal. I was looking at the fight scene again, And right before he revealed his ability, whatever, he was like, "It won't be so bad to meet once and be eaten by a beast, but you can't kill me." So when he said that, I'm like, okay, is he immortal? My ability is no longer human. Okay. Okay. After he used his ability, I could clearly tell that both of his Asushi's, both of his, whatever, he was completely human. Yeah, I replayed that twice. I did not see. After he used no longer human on Asushi, he was completely human, and then he fell. Well, he pushed him back on the floor, and when he woke up, and then he turned around, and then you see the hand, one hand still being dagger form. So I'm like, okay, is it because that hand was under the moonlight? But clearly his whole body is still under the moonlight. So okay, I don't know how that works. I guess we'll see. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, so I'm looking forward to more. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to episode 2, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelmini. You can also see the full line for this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hakuna Matata. Get money, get famous, yeah, it's our times. Crush.